Most wanted Trump administration put $5 million on Porky's head, MS-13. Yulan Adonai Archaga Carías is not a household name for most Americans, but within the highest ranks of federal law enforcement, in war rooms from Washington to Tegucigalpa and among the shattered families in communities ravaged by cartel violence, he is infamous. Known on the streets as Porky, Archaga Carías has become the face of one of the Western Hemisphere's most violent criminal networks, Mara Salvatrucha, better known as MS-13. Now officially designated as a foreign terrorist organization by the United States government, MS-13 has long ceased being viewed as a mere gang. It has evolved into a global enterprise of organized terror, trafficking, and calculated brutality, and Porky sits at the center of it all. In the wake of the Trump administration's hardline crackdown on transnational crime, the U.S. Department of State has re-announced a reward of up to $5 million for information leading to the arrest or conviction of Archaga Carías. He is accused of overseeing MS-13's drug trafficking, money laundering, kidnappings, and a series of murders executed with military-grade firearms across Honduras and beyond. This is not just about criminality, a senior law enforcement official said during a recent press conference. This is terrorism. This is warfare disguised as street crime. The making of a monster born in Honduras, Archaga Carías, 43, rose through MS-13's ranks by embracing the organization's darkest ideology. His nickname, Porky, may sound comical, but the man is anything but. Authorities allege that he has played a key role in smuggling large quantities of cocaine from South America through Central America and into Mexico, with much of it destined for distribution in the United States. He is described by investigators as methodical, brutal, and driven not by ideology or belief, but by power and profit. Through a network of loyal lieutenants and brutal enforcers, he has maintained his grip on MS-13's Honduran operations despite being on the run since 2018. That year, in a carefully planned and deadly ambush, Archaga Carías escaped from a Honduran courthouse with the help of armed MS-13 commandos. The attack claimed the lives of 2 law enforcement officers and 2 military personnel, all gunned down in a public shootout orchestrated to free him. The victims were honored in a statement from U.S. officials. May they rest in peace. Their sacrifice is not forgotten. Since then, Archaga Carías has vanished, becoming one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives and one of the top targets of the DEA and Homeland Security investigations, HSI. A terrorist in the shadows. While MS-13 originated in the streets of Los Angeles among Salvadoran immigrants fleeing civil war, it has metastasized into a decentralized but tightly connected network of cliques operating in El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and increasingly the United States. These groups often use ritualistic violence not only to assert control, but as a twisted form of initiation. In Florida, one such case has drawn national attention. After a decade-long investigation, 3 MS-13 members were arrested in connection to the brutal murder of a young man who was stabbed over 100 times before being shot in the head. Authorities say the murder was designed to elevate the killer's rank within the gang. These are not isolated street crimes. These are acts of terror, said Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi. They hunted this man, lured him into a car, took him to a remote location, and executed him like it was a game. The suspects were found scattered across the United States, one installing drywall in a retirement community in Lake County, Florida, another hiding in plain sight in Minnesota, and a third arrested in North Lauderdale. Bondi added, "It doesn't matter how long it's been, we will find you, we will prosecute you, we will hold you accountable." Hiding in plain sight. The reality that men like Archaga Carías and his associates can live unremarkable lives in American suburbs has shaken many. Just last week, one of MS-13's top 3 U.S.-based leaders was arrested 30 minutes outside of Washington, D.C., living in a middle-class apartment complex. Bicycles in the yard, kids playing outside. He thought he was safe, said a federal agent involved in the arrest. But we were watching. Law enforcement officials believe that Archaga Carías may be leveraging a similar strategy, using fake identities, disguises, and the support of criminal allies to stay a step ahead of capture. "He knows we're looking," one DEA officer said, "but we believe he's still operating. That's why the U.S. government is renewing its public appeal. $5 million for any credible tip that leads to the fugitive's capture." The FBI encourages individuals who may have information to contact them directly by email at archagaris.tips@fbi.gov or by secure text WhatsApp at +1 832 267 1688. Tips can be made anonymously and will be kept confidential. A war without borders. The Trump administration's reclassification of MS-13 as a foreign terrorist organization marked a significant shift in U.S. policy, treating the gang not merely as a domestic problem but a national security threat. "This is a war without borders," said then FBI Director Kash Patel. MS-13 is no longer a street gang. It is a global syndicate of death and destruction, and Porky is one of its architects. The challenge, however, is monumental. Despite recent successes, including dozens of indictments and arrests, MS-13 remains resilient, fluid, and embedded in regions plagued by corruption and poverty. The U.S. has pledged ongoing collaboration with Central American governments to dismantle these networks, but the hunt for Archaga Carías underscores the long road ahead. Justice for the forgotten. For many families across Central America and the United States, justice feels distant. Their loved ones were murdered, their communities terrorized, and their silence bought by fear. But law enforcement officials say the capture of Archaga Carías could send a powerful message, that no fugitive, no matter how elusive, is beyond the reach of justice. "There are many good reasons why Porky must be brought in," a senior FBI official remarked. "But with this announcement, there are 5 million more." And so the manhunt continues. Somewhere, the man called Porky is hiding, perhaps in another quiet neighborhood or perhaps in the jungles of Central America. But the net is closing, the agents are watching, and time, it seems, is running out.